get a good opportunity there. Gonchar will pick up the puck for the Wolves as they head up the ice, wearing the full shield tonight. On this side, quick shot. Hovan with it, and I like what Lemieux brings to the cupboards for sure. He really has been playing well for the number 66. Keep an eye on him right now, however. It's behind the net, and Barahowski trying to come up with it. Back to the point. Gavin Ewells slid underneath the bottom of his stick, and he's got to go back up and pick it up. Throws it back in for Chase Coughlin. Linder stopping it there for Sandhu. Sandhu will bank it off the boards. Cross-ice pass off the leg of one of his forwards and falling into the corner. He's back up on his legs, however, which is a good sign. Cross-ice pass, Coughlin for Barahowski. Danford will pick that one up. Following up on the play, Provorov. Shot, side of the net, and they can't put it in the open corner. As Henry Doucette had an opportunity, just couldn't feed it across. Back the other way they go. Hanging on to it nicely is Bronis, as he almost lost that one. Gonchar back the other way. Takes it, looking to pull it back to Hudson Martin. That one didn't materialize, so they'll work it around with the far boards. Van picks that one up. Fires it ahead. Loses control of it, however. Back the other way. Martin uses a poke check to keep the puck in the zone momentarily. Now back into the Sudbury line. Lemieux banks it up. A little bit too far ahead for Hovan. Clear the zone and get it up on this side. Partially touched there by Malhotra. Blonda gets it around to the far corner. Back of the point. Bouncing puck that they'll fire just wide of the net. Back to Dravechi. And somehow, thank you very much, Amanda. Stay warm.
No kidding.
There's a shot. That one goes high again on the glove side. 2-on-1 developing. Clayton and Henderson coming in. Henderson slows down. Rebound is there, but the net gets... Oh. Clear that back, and Malhotra's got it right now. Back behind the net. Protz with it. Clears it back behind. Up the middle they go. Here comes a break. Gonchar puts the brakes on, trying to come back with it. Nice bit of work there from number 24, Dennis Cooper. Now Gonchar. Lead man into the zone. Bouncing puck that can't be controlled. As Adam Nemitz couldn't do it. Clears it on that far side. Bronis with the stop. Hello. That's a beauty. Gets over there in time to make the save, and all they can do, the Brantford club, is shake their head at that one.
Their winning ways, a team that has gone on a long winning streak, especially early in the year. So looking to get back to those winning ways.
Cleared in by the Bulldogs. Bronis will clear it around the corner. And take the draw against Blake Clayton. Back to the point. Danford feeds it across. Off the skate of Cooper. Here comes Henderson. Almost a breakaway, but a good defensive position. And a nice stick back the other way. Clayton has it stripped away from him by Charlie Paquette. Paquette tips it for Dennis. Far side. Here come the Wolves one more time with it. Flip ahead pass by Hudson Martin. Ethan Dean can't get to it. They're going to whistle that one. On the draw, Hovan against Malhotra. They get it to the far side. Paquette caught up in the skate. Nemitz on the left, and the Bulldogs win the draw. Danford ahead, in behind the net. Blonda. Lemieux will poke check it away, and Blonda trying to get in front of the Brantford player. He is able to do so. Danford with a shot, wide of the net. Little passing play. Danford lets the one go, and that goes off of Adam Nemitz's shin guard. Kept in by Danford. Trying to tie that player up. They do in front. Danford will draw it across. Hit Jan Hovan with it. Back behind the net, Paquette. To the left point, over in the right side. Danford with it. Again, another Wolves blocking play, but 2 minutes for putting your hand holding the puck. Is what Hovan got nailed for.
Wolves wanted a call there and didn't get it.
Odell will squeeze that puck against the boards with his skates and stick. Juracek, cross-ice pass, into the corner, back to Juracek, lets it go. Blonda down on one knee, managed to get a piece of it. Chop it back to Lachenko. Lachenko there for Malhotra. Juracek, back to the far side, looking to Juracek one more time with it. Cross-ice pass, O'Brien. O'Brien banks it off the boards, Juracek. Into O'Brien, a side of the net. Somehow Bjorn Bronis got a piece of that puck to keep it outside of the cage. Nice job by the Wolves to block that one out. Trevor Odell falling in front of the play. Back to the far side. O'Brien. Lachenko. Pass goes over top of the intended target, Caleb Malhotra. Chopped at and up off the glass. Blake Clayton with it. With the puck knocked down out in front of the net, O'Brien's by his lonesome, but he has to chase after that puck, and now he'll pass it off to his defenseman, Juracek. Juracek will go in, feed it ahead for O'Brien. Plenty of movement, but nothing as far as real exciting.
Curricular stuff after the whistle, but here we go again, 4-on-4 for the second time in this game.
Ben Danford start with the puck. Cleared over on the left wing for Sandu. Sandu dumps it in past Gavin Ewells into the far corner. They'll go with it. Adam Niemitz cleans it back around for Ewells. Ewells pass over top of his partner's skate, or stick rather. Now Gavin Ewells will try it again one more time with Niemitz. Chops that over on this side for Gavin Ewells. Long shot, and again,
Hughes been a really good addition. That's his 15th of the year.
Trying to feed back to Jan Hovan, and now they'll bring it back the other way. Good head of steam there from Dennis. Cooper Dennis. Adam Niemitz now. Niemitz will feed it across to Hovan. Hovan into Henderson. Got it caught up in his skates. Quick shot deflected and grabbed versus draft pick of Seattle. Clear to the zone. The offside is waved off. Up this left wing, they'll go with it. Malhotra brings it across the blue line. Feeds to Sandu. Sandu's shot to the far corner. Bouncing puck, and the Wolves will gather control. Coughlin will bank it off the boards and move it ahead. And O'Brien controlling now for Brantford. Quick pass ahead, back to O'Brien. Bouncing puck, flips it up, and Hudson Martin is there to grab it and send it to Chase Coughlin. Right through the slot area, didn't come up with it, however. Dennis now will pick it up for the Bulldogs. O'Brien puts the brakes on. Cross-ice pass for against Gonchar. Paquette will lose the puck, but he's doing a good job of knocking everybody down around him. 50 seconds left in the power play. Barahowski.
Lead on this power play.
Brantford has not got a shot in the second period. Wolves have 17 total. Quick shot, snaps it off. A little bit high. Londa. Bennett didn't see the puck, and now he's trying to get it back in possession. Kostic pushes the puck ahead into the scrum, into the corner. Bennett is there as well. He gets poke check from behind. And they'll hold it long enough to get a feed. Brantford touches it. Londa's got possession. Again, 5 seconds, 4, 3. They got to get that shot away. Rebound, side of the net, and they couldn't put it in. Ethan Dean with it. Penalized players back out, so Blonda's going to make that pass across quickly. Quick shot and redirected. Now the Bulldogs, they've got a 2-on-1 scenario. Looking back the other way, cleared nicely by the Wolves defense. On the draw, the Wolves will pick it up, spank it around the boards, and down the end of the ice it'll go the other way, and Leenders is out to stop it for his defenseman, Adam Juracek. Juracek with it now, feeding it ahead on that left wing to Van Acker. Back the other way. Henderson, watch him go. He's going to try to angle it off a little bit. Quick shot. Standing his ground was Leenders. Now back the other way, and not quite quick enough. Henderson. Clayton out there as well. Boy, oh boy, these two are so pretty to watch out there when they're killing off a penalty. O'Brien with it now. Feeds it back to Juracek to the far side. Juracek looking for it now. Nice job by Henderson to steal that one away. Clayton couldn't. Clayton's got it caught up between his shin guards. Now it's poke free. Shot. Blocker save by Bronis. Kept in nicely by O'Brien. O'Brien will cut towards the slot area.
No.
Side of the net, off the skate, I believe, of Odell. So that is one power play goal. They're still on the power play. Landed when it was on the 5-on-3 scenario, so still 5-on-4 for the next 3 minutes and change. Ethan Dean moves ahead to Genzula. Stripped of the puck by Malhotra. And Van Acker.
Wolves penalty kill doing an excellent job so far today on this Bulldogs power play. That goal, a bit of a tough break. Still a minute 45 left.
Dennis with the shot. Rebound! And Bronis is there to... Puck is still being battered around. Luchenko back into the slot for O'Brien. Shot slides through the crease. Jake O'Brien. Nice job by Blake Clayton to get that stick in there and redirect the puck down the ice. Adam Juracek will pick it up. First penalty has expired to Rowan Henderson, and he's got a minute and change left on the second one. He took a double minor for a high stick that drew some blood. Back in the corner. They'll let that one go. Jan Hoven, who wins the draw cleanly. And then Luca Blonda tried to hammer that with a backhand shot that just did not have a lot of steam on it. Back to O'Brien. That's a one-time shot. Hit a body in front of the net before it got to Bronis. O'Brien looking back to the point. Juracek, second opportunity. That one got Bronis up high. And a good job by Jan Hoven to move that one away. Hoven, he's got some room. Breaking alone. Backhand. Bulls net. Bulls trying to pick up that puck and get some power play action on it. Drake Berehowski with Malhotra. Gonchar feeds it back to Evan Nemitz. Nemitz over on this side for Lemieux. Lemieux cutting to his left. Looks like he's in trouble and doesn't have a play, but managed to get her across in the corner, and then Hoban slaps the boards as he goes off because he knew it's not where he wanted that puck to go. Lemieux, a little bit too far ahead of the intended target. Back the other way.
A player on the bench, but he's prepared as always.
Back to the point. O'Brien with it now. Still on power play time. Ethan Dean turning and firing it down the length of the ice. And Leenders there to leave it for Juracek. Adam Juracek continuing on. Little backhand pass. Lushenko. Lushenko trying to get it back. Henderson will rip it around the boards. Odell on the far side. Malhotra hit the referee there. Didn't rub it. Good for him. Lushenko let O'Brien go in there. And it worked pretty well as the shot came right back to Malhotra, but he fired it wide of the net. Trying to get it back in play with 13 seconds left in the power play. He'll drift it off this side for O'Brien. Again, he had 2 last night in their loss in North Bay. Puck is still free and clear. The Wolves catch a break. Dumped in. Gonchar did not get enough of that as Paquette will pick it up. Bouncing puck. Good job by Paquette. He's got 5, count them, 5 Wolves around him. And then Hovan gets a high stick up in his face area. Hovan will work away from the pesky Malhotra. And Barahowski. Quick shot up high off the end glass. Nemitz will bounce one across for Lemieux. That one goes outside of the zone. J.C. Lemieux feeds over to Gonchar. Dennis couldn't get going on it. Now the Wolves will pick it this way. Barahowski, as Nemitz set him up. Back to the point they go with Gonchar. Quick shot up into the chest, and it's celebrations continuing on. Meantime, back at the other end, Brantford still playing as if the play goes right on. 4 seconds left, and a nice stick work there as Trevor Odell and Yules will pick that one up.
Great second period between the Wolves and Bulldogs.
A little bit of a pushing, shoving match there with Adam Nemitz. Now it's back to the Sudbury zone. Odell with it. He'll put the brakes on, leave it there. Luca Blonda drops it back for Odell. Odell touches the puck, or let's see, Nemitz touched the puck, so avoided that icing call against Sudbury. Going to the net, number 24, Cooper Dennis. Back the other way now as the Wolves feed it ahead down the left side. Provorov. Sandu was going to control that one. Hard off the boards. Bouncing puck finally picked up by the Bulldogs, and Gavin Yules will control it in his own zone. Backed off the end boards, Hudson Martin. Martin trying to get it ahead to Kostic. Nice job by Kostic to tie up that puck and get it to the far side where Provorov trying to tie his man up. He does. And the puck comes out of the zone. So you've got Coghlan now talking it up with his counterpart on the other side of the penalty bench area. Quick shot, they score. Paquette fires it in, and we're back to threes. Comes back up ice, and we'll go to the bench for a change. And Dennis will pick up the puck. Cooper Dennis for Paquette. Long shot, gloved and held up.
I am not French, and I don't want to butcher it too bad, so...
Yeah, but you did play in the queue for a while. What do they call it there?
Yeah, I didn't pick up too much French.
Brantford clears it the length of the ice, but it will be no icing as it was touched on the way through. J.C. Lemieux banks off the boards, back over on this side. Off a leg, and Adam Nemitz trying to come up with it. Malhotra ahead for Paquette. Lemieux spins away from him. Fires the puck back behind the bench, behind the net, I should say. Gonchar clearing it up the boards at the side of the net. Trying to work it back to Paquette. Nice play by Adam Nemitz to clear the puck cross ice for Jan Hovan, where he dumps it in and make sure that you haven't eaten if you do happen to look it up on YouTube. There's a shot high on the blocker side at the back of the net. Yules is there, trying to poke check it away from Dennis. Hovan, for Lemieux. Lemieux had that stripped of him. Back behind the net. Back over in the corner of the far side now. Trevecci and Lemieux. On goes the brakes. Back for Provorov, a shot off the blocker as the referee watches Adam Nemitz go down in a hump.
No penalties yet here in the third, which is...
well, you've ruined it now.
Yeah, I totally jinxed it,
yeah.
But unlike period number 2, that was full of them.
Almost a break for the Wolves as Coughlin is back out on the ice. Public enemy number 1 for the Wolves, I'm sure. As far as Brantford is concerned, we'll see if anybody has their way with him. Back in the corner, Berehowski can't get to it. Malhotra does. Ovan will win the draw back. Gonchar feeds back over to Gavin Yules, tipped.
Kind of in the neutral zone area. Don't have the mesh to help you out.
Addison Engel will dump it down deep into the Wolves zone. Gonchar poke checks it ahead. Lemieux up to Hovan. Hovan to Nemitz. Nemitz trying to let one go. Second opportunity. Spins away from one player. Oh, Lemieux going for the short side. Went a little bit high, though, and wide on that particular exchange. And Lemieux doing a good job with his skate, trying to keep that puck down low. A bouncing puck that winds its way into the slot area. And Dennis pass. Here comes a bit of a break there. They score to make it 4-3.
Gives the Bulldogs their first lead of the game. Malhotra's 22nd goal of the season. And you can't blame Bjorn Bronis for that one. Malhotra clean in breakaway from the blue line and thought he might deke. Upcoming broadcast, the Lake Erie Jackals at the Sudbury 5 here on January 24th. Lake Erie Jackals again at Sudbury 5 on January 25th. January 28th, Nipissing at Laurentian as a goal is scored here by the Wolves.
You had one earlier watching the replay. Quick shot, rebound there, boom! And he couldn't let it go, but enough. He didn't get as much as he wanted.
Make it now 6 goals for Lemieux in 7 games played. And this fantastic hockey game is going to have a race to the finish in the last 5 minutes.
Right in the neutral zone where Hudson Martin clears it ahead for Rowan Henderson. Brantford there to the puck first of all. Pushed ahead where Gabriel Frasca will touch it momentarily. Trevecci over to Frasca, overskated the puck. Didn't get enough out though, as Clayton and Ethan Dean go after the Brantford player. Tipped off, and Dennis will pick it up. Moving it ahead towards the net. And Dennis has got it over on this side. Diminutive little center, but he does move extremely well on the ice. Trevecci over to Dennis, lets one go, and right into the...
Have a shootout win and a shootout loss if it goes to an extra period.
Lost in overtime last night in North Bay with 5 seconds left in the overtime period. After taking a lead late in the third period against the Battalion. Now Henderson, front of the net, backhand pass, hoping to win this one back. As the puck sits there between 3 or 4 players and finally pushed back behind the Brantford net. Gonchar, able to... I guess he wanted to try it out, and the pass didn't go where Gavin Yules wanted it to go. Spinorama type play, Juracek. Right off the body of Lemieux. And then Lemieux will spin it around for Gavin Yules. Nemitz is there. Yules is there as well. And they get it through the defenseman. Jan Hovan. Long shot. Drifted one high and off the third period. Paquette down the right side. Shot towards the net. Past everybody. Malhotra will bring it out. Didn't like the way that was developing, so do they not know their overtime record? What are they doing? Back on the far side. That's what they were. Malhotra on the draw against Blake Clayton. Clayton draws it back. Bronis is there, and the Wolves defenseman lost his stick. Now the goaltender's got to grab his stick. He does. Gets a little bit of a hand with it. 15 seconds remain. Frasca drops back to Malhotra. Long shot. That one goes up into the... Trying to tie it up in his skates. Malhotra will get it back to Dravecci. Quick shot. Nice stop. With 1.6 seconds remaining in it. Malhotra, Lashenko, and Juracek. Brantford has control of it. Will bank it off the boards. Ovan after it. They get it back to Gonchar. Oh, Gonchar's pass is a little behind where he wanted it to go. And then Gonchar will clear it off the boards as he gets held on to. It's going to be a tough one to call a penalty on that one in overtime. Pretty well going to have to look at a criminal offense, I think, before they're going to be seeing the referee have their arm held up. Juracek. Paquette comes on to help out. Bronis decides better of valor to stay back in the net. Gonchar loses it, and now Paquette's going to be by himself. Quick shot, second opportunity, and draw it back. Juracek has control. Juracek, Malhotra, and Lashenko. Lashenko comes out of the zone. 2:20. Malhotra back to Luchenko. Luchenko, I should say. And then Clayton lost his footing. Clayton will come up with the puck and then feeds it over on this side for Hovan. Jan Hovan. Long shot. Tried to sneak it over the line. Here comes Paquette. Scores. 2.2 seconds left. And they finally win an overtime game.
What a hockey game between the Bulldogs and Wolves here at the Sudbury Arena.